welcome to this channel. Today, we will break down my project. Let's get straight to the discussion. Let's break down this scene and see what I used. For this scene, most of the objects I downloaded from sites like Sketchfab and some I took from the Blender kit add-on. For textures, I like to download from Ambient CG, Quixel Bridge, Polyheaven, and others. For this rock object and the sandy ground, I modeled them myself. I created a shape like a cave so that the camera can be animated from inside to outside. For the sandy ground, I only used the displace modifier to create this shape. For the texture, I used PBR, and here are my texture nodes. Once the rock and ground were created and textured and the camera was set up, including the animation from inside to outside, the next step was to add the coral rocks in the sea. I downloaded this coral from Sketchfab. You just need to go to the Sketchfab site and search for corals, and you will find many options to use. For the placement of the coral, I only used one model, then duplicated it and placed it where I wanted, as you can see here. For the coral texture, I customize it a bit by doing this, just to remove the emission shader and add a little bit of ambient occlusion into the texture. And to animate the coral, I only used the wave modifier to make it move like it's in the sea. Here are the settings for that wave animation. You can use them as they are or create your own version. If that's done, the next step is to add the shark model to our scene. I got this shark model from Blender kit. You can search for shark by clicking on the scene section, and it will display a scene with this shark. This scene was created by Matteo Pasquale. Thank you, Matteo, for this amazing model. What's interesting about this model is that it has already been animated by its creator, so we can use it right away. Here, I'm only using the shark model. I placed it with the animation movement like this. So when we look from the camera inside the cave, it will appear as if the shark is passing in front of the camera from right to left. Now, after we have correctly placed the cave, coral rocks, and shark, the next step is to add volume to make it look like we are really underwater. Here, for the volume, I simply used a cube and adjusted its size to fill the scene, as you can see here. For the volume shader, I used the principled volume shader and set it up like this, adjusting the volume color, volume density, and anisotropy. You can set it up like this or adjust it however you like. And finally, as you can see in this scene, there are also floating particle animations in the sea, like in this scene. To create the particles, I used a smaller cube than the one for the water. Then, I added a particle system and set it to volume mode. For the physics type, I set it to Boids, and for rendering, I set it to Object and Icosphere. The Icosphere object can be added easily, and I applied simple shading, using a translucent shader for the icosphere. If that's done, we can see the particles moving in the sea like in this scene. And the most interesting part is the caustics light. For the caustics light, I used the method applied by Polyford. You can check out Polyford's YouTube channel as he explains this node configuration in detail. The essence is that we use two Voronoi textures, mix those two Voronoi textures, and set them up at least like this. You can copy my settings or visit Polyford's channel for more detailed information. And the final step, once everything is set up, is to render our scene. As an addition, there's the compositing process. Here, I only set up simple nodes for color grading. I connected my render result with a lens distortion node, then added a color balance node, and here are the results. Thank you, friends, for watching this video. I still have a lot of content and scene breakdowns, and there are many more videos to discuss. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and share it with your friends so they don't miss other breakdown videos. See you again in the next video.